The Department of Homeland Security claims their highest priority is to protect children. So today I have to ask them, please live up to those ideals. I've sent a letter to Kristi Noem and to the Department of Homeland Security leadership asking them to pause all of their federal agent operations for the entirety of the Halloween weekend. I'm asking for basic human decency. I think their response will be revealing. They've disrupted everything for more than 2 months already. Give the children and the families of Illinois a break. To Donald Trump and Kristi Noem, show us this is about something other than you just causing mayhem on our streets and visiting cruelty upon our people. And after Halloween, if you want to actually go after the worst of the worst, work with our local law enforcement to help us go after violent criminals. Instead, you are targeting innocent children and families, black and brown people, U.S. citizens, hardworking parents. In essence, you are targeting all of us. It's un-American, and we cannot stand for this. I will not stand for this.
A few moments later.
Black people in DC, get your and take care of them police officers like they should.
They need to lock your big back ass up and starve your fat ass. Over there looking like Mr. Krabs' daughter, Pearl. Stupid fat ass. It's always the people that ain't got shit to do with nothing, that ain't gonna do nothing, ain't gonna bust a motherfucking grape. That bitch gonna be sitting at Golden Corral eating while y'all in jail. Do not listen to this fat bitch. I know y'all retarded, so don't listen to this fat bitch.
He ain't lying.
These motherfuckers don't have masks on! Get a good look!
Hey, share this shit! Fucked up! Fucking do something about it, you prick!
Yeah, this video is about to get pretty intense. Now, Homeland Security did not hold back on Halloween in Chicago.
And it is a bit of a sweet Halloween, I should say, for some people due to the ramped up immigration enforcement.
And I know that this Halloween feels different. Some families are afraid to go out. Not because of ghosts or goblins, but because of immigration rate.
Now, despite the narratives and despite the governor of Illinois even requesting to not do your job on Halloween, Homeland Security still did their job, and it got very intense. Now, before we start this video, make sure to please like the video. It's the #1 way you guys are helping this channel, and it also helps others see the videos as well. And look, if the mainstream media and politicians are gonna paint one narrative, I think it's good we see what the other side is, and that's what we do here. So make sure to please push the videos out so we can see what actually happened in Chicago.
These motherfuckers don't have masks on! Get a good look!
Okay, before we dig into these clips, and they get very intense, I just need to point out this little spot right here in northern Chicago is known as Albany Park. For some reason, the most intense clips we see out of all of Chicago and Operation Midway Blitz, they seem to always come out of Albany Park. It's just something I want to point out for this video.
I don't have to anything. No, I do not. Stop touching me! Stop touching me! Stop touching me! You cannot touch me! Hands off of me! I don't! It's a public street!
Hey, don't touch her! You fucking motherfucker!
I can be in the street all I want!
Come on. The vehicle has to move now. Get out of here! Vehicle needs to go by.
So the reason why I'm showing you guys this raw clip is because this occurred on Halloween. But when you look into the local narrative, you don't get to see stuff like this. And by the way, make sure to please subscribe to my channel because this is what we do here. We try to get the full scope of the situation. And although you can be upset that Homeland Security is operating on Halloween, I just want to point out, for some reason, we miss the other side of the narrative. Taking pictures of federal agents, trying to figure out what their license plates are. Again, you don't see this with other police forces. It always seems to be with the Border Patrol agents operating in Chicago.
This is the car that has the person who's broken his wrist. These motherfuckers don't have masks on. Get a good look. Get a good look. Get out of here.
And look, I'm going to ask the question, why the obsession of they don't have a mask on and you're trying to get license plates? Is this going to be turned into somebody? Is there a database? And to the Trump administration, there seems to be a lot of evidence that suggests that a lot of these videos do get turned into politicians. In fact, let me show you guys. Just last week, coming out of northern Chicago, we saw license plates correlating with TikToks and an email a politician has sent out. Let me show you. And I think I accidentally found something. Here you have a Chevy Silverado, no plates. I found this video.
Y'all ain't got no type of plates! Go to hell!
But then I noticed in the email, black GMC Yukon Denali, Florida plates.
It's fine. We don't want you here. Go back to Florida.
So in the video, the person says, go back to Florida, but they are in trouble for following these Homeland Security agents. And again, it's a black Denali. Now, going back to the email, it says white Ford Explorer, Ohio plates. And once again, I found this video. It's where agents had to deploy tear gas in Chicago, and I can't see what the license plate is, but I think that's a Ford White Explorer. And by the way, I was able to confirm that was the same white Ford Explorer we just saw in that TikTok. But again, I'm just simply pointing out, for whatever reason, out of northern Chicago last week, all of these license plates seem to line up with the TikToks and videos we were reacting to, and Margaret Croak, a state representative out of Illinois, had the same license plates numbers that we were seeing in the videos from last week. And here we are a week later in northern Chicago. Somebody is out there trying to film the license plates and film the faces of these Homeland Security officers. Again, that's what we do on my channel. We cross-reference everything we're seeing, and I try to give you guys the full picture. Now, here's State Representative Edward Gonzalez. He represents more of the western portions of Chicago. Check this out.
Stay safe from ICE this Halloween. Hi, I'm State Representative Edward Gonzalez. I'm here on the House floor, and I know that this Halloween feels different. Some families are afraid to go out. Not because of ghosts or goblins, but because of immigration raids. ICE is out in full force, and instead of protecting our communities, federal leadership has chosen to terrorize us. Not just on Halloween, but every single day. But Halloween isn't theirs to take. It belongs to the kids. their joy, their costumes, the candy they take, and community. So you're staying in this year, we've got you covered. If your family needs candy, we'll deliver it. No questions asked. So call our office tomorrow morning between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. at 708-295-9159 to get added to our delivery list.
Now look, I would not be shocked if Homeland Security or the DOJ does investigate Representative Gonzalez. Not even because of this video where he could be accused of harboring illegal immigrants and gathering data, information once again, mainly because of this clip we found again last week.
27, right by the disco mall. Don't take the bait.
Yeah, that's him in the middle of this protest in front of Gregory Bovino, Chief Bovino, who was accused of tossing tear gas without having the proper warnings.
Don't take the bait, guys. You a bitch.
So I don't know if Homeland Security is aware that he was in front and in the middle of all of this action, but I'm just trying to point out, when you start to put yourself out there, you really are almost building up a case, you're building up attention, and we've already seen it time and time again. Homeland Security, they're watching everything, so I would assume they know this is out there, but again, if you're telling people to call into your office because you're afraid to go out for Halloween, I mean, that could be an implication of harboring illegal immigrants. So I have been keeping tabs of this guy and some other politicians within Illinois because, man, they're really putting themselves out there. And this is also Albany Park, just a different situation, same day. So if you are subscribed to my channel or you watch a lot of these types of videos coming out of Chicago, there is one common theme in every single one of these videos: the whistles in the background. And trust me, I have been trying to deep dive into what exactly is going on with the whistles, who's providing them, who's organizing this. I don't know if it's just that everybody in Chicago happens to have a whistle, but every time we see a clip like this and protesters have surrounded these vehicles, there always seems to be a lot of whistles in the background. Now, on the other side of the vehicle, it gets very intense. Check out this clip. Again, we also have to understand we are in the middle of the roadway. In context, all of these agents have bounties on them. This is very dangerous for everyone involved, especially for people who want to do harm to these agents. And I'm going to apologize ahead of time due to the language. I apologize.
Hey, motherfucker! You ain't getting so bitch. You. Yeah, point that shit bitch. Whoa, you better stop pointing that shit, you what the fuck? You motherfucker. Hey, share this shit. Do something about it, you fucking prick. What's your name? Go ahead, bitch. Go ahead, shoot me. He just shot at me. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. You. Go ahead. I'll take that shit. Hey, let him go, you fucking. Do something, right? Hey, shoot.
Okay, so I don't know if you caught what he said at the beginning because of all the curse words, but he did say you are in kingshood, and that could be an implication of Latin kings, and what we do know is there's some sort of affiliation between Latin kings and these hits put on federal agents, and that's according to Homeland Security. Now, second off, I know all of you guys are probably already typing your comments, and you guys might be upset. Why is nobody arresting this protester? Well, you have to understand the lack of manpower and what that could create in this area. If all of a sudden these Homeland Security agents decide to start focusing on this man and not the detainee, the crowd could collapse on top of them. And Border Patrol is not in the business of dealing with protesters. They are in the business of trying to detain illegal immigrants or people who are not supposed to be here and get out of the area. It just so happens with a lot of these operations, Border Patrol agents are being taken away from their duties and having to protect other agents while protesters are collapsing on the situation. Now, it does look like the local police did show up, but again, you know, in sanctuary cities, it can get very contentious and protesters can turn on the local police because, hey, you're not supposed to be working with federal agents when it comes to deportations. And this is why we cover sanctuary cities. We see this all the time, and I think it's time we have a peaceful dialogue and figure out how can we avoid the violence and the clashing, how can we work together.
Impeding operations. Go ahead and go on.
Bro, why are you guys doing this, bro?
Stay back.
You've been warned. You've been warned. You're on camera. You've been warned.
It's all right. No problem.
Go, yeah, go. Because we have our kids.
I can't move.
We can't move.
She just said, go, 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 because we have our kids. And he said, nah, it's all right. Again, this is the part of the story you're not gonna see in the media. This is why we cover this and we try to figure out, why do people feel so okay, specifically in Chicago, for this to keep occurring? Because this is not happening in Idaho. We don't see this almost ever in Nebraska. This always seems to be in Chicago. Again, she just walked out and all of a sudden a whistle just appeared. What is going on? I really wish I knew where all of this was coming from.
Oh, come on, man.
Okay, can you close the door so we can pass?
Y'all thought you were gonna get far, huh? Dance number I can see. That's the dance number. Let me see
it. Okay, so you saw the raw footage. You saw the raw clips. Here is the local media. Let's see if they include any of that, any of the contention, any of the clashes, any of the data we just looked into. Here's the local news.
Yesterday, Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem said immigration enforcement will not be paused during Halloween weekend. Today, that was clear. Cell phone video captured a man being taken away by federal agents near Waveland and Kimball this morning. The man was put in the back of a truck and then agents drove away. Over at Sawyer and Lawrence, a chaotic scene playing out. Surveillance video from a neighboring business shows agents arriving. A crowd.
So chaotic. It was chaotic, but we just saw a clip of somebody banging on the front of the vehicle. That's a federal crime.
Then gathers as two people were detained. Cell phone video shows agents telling people they were assaulted.
What are you doing?
That's assault.
Video also shows agents attempting to pull someone out of a vehicle.
They deployed.
So we just missed everything. We missed all of the contention. And look, the local news has the ability to do what we're doing too, going into the TikToks, going on Facebook, Instagram. You can find the third-party videos. That's why I'm here, so you guys don't have to do it. That's like my job for you guys. So again, I'm not saying that the local news is purposely trying to form their own narrative, but I'm just showing you, for some reason, we just have a whole gap of what just happened.
Pepper balls, and everyone is asking what they did. Everyone has their name and badge
And by the way, we saw her in the third-party video. I just didn't point her out.
numbers.
This incident taking place a short
Right
distance
there.
from Alderwoman Rodriguez Sanchez's office, who came out to see what happened. At one point, agents were seen pushing the Alderwoman.
My whole staff came out because we were in a staff meeting, and
It was a very devastating scene.
Okay, so Homeland Security was not holding back on Halloween. But to Homeland Security, the reason why they were not holding back is because crime doesn't just stop on Halloween, and we are not here to try and snatch up the families. That's not the job of Homeland Security. Their job is to perform targeted operations or broad sweeps with the proper intention to find criminals or illegal immigrants. That is the job the taxpayers pay Homeland Security for. So to try and get Homeland Security to stop their job, specifically in Chicago, I don't think I've ever heard of anything like that, which is why I'm highlighting this story, because now you have a narrative of, well, Homeland Security was out during Halloween. Well, so was the local police, and so was every other security force throughout the United States. I would hope on the southern border, northern border, on our coast that we still have security provided to the citizens of the United States. Again, this is why I made the video. I think it's time we start to have a proper conversation and not have just one-sided narratives. I think if we bring everything together, we can really make a difference and start to have peace in this country. I always advocate for peace on my channel. I always advocate for truth, and I always say, please pray for peace, because I mean it and we really need it right now. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this fair critique, and I have no problem in calling out Homeland Security, but I think it's very crucial we bring all sides to the table and we have a proper conversation. Thank you guys so much for being here. God bless.
Hey everybody, it's State Senator Chapin Rose. It's 4:28 a.m. on Halloween. General Assembly just wrapped up its fall veto session. That's the state capitol behind me. And I'm not kidding you, it's literally 4:28 a.m. The Democrats raised your power bills. The Democrats put illegals over the safety of the citizens of the state of Illinois. The Democrats stole your downstate transportation funds. The motor fuel tax, the sales tax you pay on motor fuel tax, they stole it and sent it to the CTA in Chicago. That is the record of J.B. Pritzker and the Democrats who run this state.
Thank you, Sergeant at Arms, for restoring order. I would kindly and respectfully ask that this body and those that are here to observe government to come back to order and allow the police and anyone else who can help address that situation and bring it under control. In the meantime, order has been restored.
What you just saw with Sam's is where you want all of us to be. You want all of us to be stark raged out our minds. You want us to feel pressed against the wall. You want us to feel helpless. You want us to feel hopeless. You want to see us turn on one another. But there's some real ones out here. And we're going to stick together. But when it comes to people like you, Brandon Johnson, black people like you, who sit up here and think you're going to bully us, that's why everybody's coming after you now.
Good afternoon.
I want to know, how does it feel that Trump is in office right now? You see that? You see the Mayor Brandon Johnson? You underestimate us. You underestimate the black people, and you underestimate Chicago Red. We're the thorn in your side, and we're going to be the thorn on everybody else in this council member side too. If you don't stop what you're doing, we're going to take matters in our own hand, and we're going to stop it. When you took ShotSpotter off after the DNC, more shots have been committed. Do you know how many people got shot and killed? 20. One was a police officer, and he was doing his duty. And then some maniac over here wanted to shoot him dead, cold-blooded and stuff. So my thoughts and prayers to the family of that Chicago police officer, Rolf Hand. But Brandon Johnson, I'm going to say this to you once. I'm not going to repeat myself again. If you don't stop this madness, not only we're going to come after your seat, but guess what? The worst news is Trump assigned Matt Gaetz as the AG. Once he come in after you, he going to sit up here and audit all this money that you've been spending on these illegals at the barbershop on the south side that didn't have no money so far from you and stuff. So why? I know what's going to happen. You're going to go down to the press conference, beat your chest up, and then you're going to talk all that smack. And then you're going to say, if a black man has not had the opportunity.
Shutting down the government just because you don't like a law that was passed, I have to say no Congress before this one has ever in history been irresponsible enough to threaten an economic shutdown, to suggest America not pay its bills, just to try to blackmail a president into giving them some concessions. I will not negotiate on anything when it comes to the full faith and credit of the United States of America. We're not going to submit to this kind of total irresponsibility. Congress needs to pay our bills on time. Congress needs to pass a budget on time. Congress needs to put an end to governing from...
Barack Obama is the worst president in our lifetime. Liberals around the country. Trump. He's terrible. How you figure that? Knowing that Barack Obama had 7 wars going on during his term. Kicked 5.1 million families out their home. Our bankers made sure to get their bonuses. He deported twice as many Hispanics than Donald Trump has ever. He's the one who built the cages. Man dropped 26,000. I say 26,000 bombs. Do you all know he had a drone program? Basically destroyed over 90% innocent people. Mind you, people of women and children. I don't remember the damn recession that was going on. He didn't do nothing positive for the American people. Not even for black Americans. I know black Americans, once upon a time, they all starting to wake up now, but once upon a time, Obama's going to do something for us. He's going to do... No. He did something for the Fruity Pebble community. It was all a damn pipe dream. It was installed, people, just like Hillary Clinton would have been installed. Why do y'all gotta blame Trump for everything? Make this make sense. There's a man who has been president all of combined 5 years, and it's not a politician. He ain't never been no mayor, no governor. He ain't never been no senate, no congressman. But yet apparently Donald Trump is the worst political entity in existence. How? And we had Bernie Sanders for 40 damn years, who just admitted it, that he believes that the Democratic Party should not give up their salary because they got kids to take care of. Stop it.
Flashback.
How much is rent here?
Free. 2 years.
After 2 years, we have to pay the rent.
All right, y'all, this is Savannah Hernandez in Brunswick, Maine, reporting to you from the apartments where migrants are getting their rent paid for up to 2 years. Now, I wanted to give you guys a first inside look at these units. The migrants shared with us that they come furnished, so they have a flat screen TV in there, couches, tables and chairs, a bed. We also asked them as well, hey, are you paying utilities here? They shared with us that nope, they do not have a water bill, they do not have an electricity bill.
And what about the light and the water?
Everything is good. We don't pay anything.
Now, I wanted to focus in on this area of Maine because there is a housing crisis going on currently for residents, and these buildings were initially created for Maine residents, but then it was decided that homeless migrants would be living here. Now, as an American, you can rent out one of these units, but a 1-bedroom is going to run you about $1,800, and a 2-bedroom is going to run you about $2,300. By the way, the average housing price for a house over here in Brunswick is about $480,000. So there was obviously a lot of outrage when it was first discovered that migrants were going to be housed here for free on taxpayer dollar. Now, I wanted to focus in on Brunswick as well because this is the same county that has received FEMA funding from that same program that spent almost $1 billion through the fiscal year of 2023 and 2024 on sheltering illegal immigrants throughout the United States of America. By the way, FEMA coming out and saying that they have run out of that funding.
We are expecting another hurricane hitting. We do not have the funds. FEMA does not have the funds
to make it through the season?
This is why I wanted to come up this way. This is why I wanted to come to Brunswick, because I wanted to show you guys a comparison of how the federal government is treating American citizens versus illegal immigrants and migrants in this country. This is how migrants up in Maine, up in Brunswick are living. We also went to Bangor, we went to Lewiston, and there are African migrants who share with us that they really like it over here, that they've been treated very well. We spoke to Catholic Charities who told us that they are expecting more migrants. They're actually bringing more migrants up this way.
Yeah, so we're expecting up to 150 refugees starting yesterday until September 30th, which is the fiscal year. And then we also have walk-in clients, which will increase those numbers. Generally for refugees that we know are coming, we help them get set up with an apartment, but we're always looking for like other landlords to work with as well for apartments.
So I wanted to give you guys an idea of what was going on in Maine, the uppermost corners of the United States of America, where you wouldn't expect there to be migrants. This is a direct result of the open border, the illegal immigration crisis that has been allowed to prosper over the past 3-4 years, and it's stretching to even areas of America that you wouldn't expect.
When it's time to go, you can choose how. You can wait for enforcement, or you can leave on your terms. The CBP Home app lets you self-deport with dignity, directly and securely. Don't wait, decide how it ends.
Crying harder, crying harder. Trump is your president. Crying harder, crying harder. Trump is your president.
On the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist!" exclamation point, catch exclamation point.
Do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do.
No one has ever been more dangerous to this country than Donald Trump, and he is a fascist to his core.
Hey, let me shut down the city! We are at war!
We're in a war right now.
We are at war.
So you have to be willing to do whatever is necessary in order to save the country.
And that's why the gloves are off.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.
And yes, there are many threats to democracy. We see it with these extreme candidates.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
You can only push people so far, and then they start to take matters into their own hands.
What the American public want is for us to bring actual weapons to this bar fight. This is an actual fight.
You know, this is literally call to arms.
The MAGA movement is a threat.
But Michelle says that, when they go low, we go high.
No. With all due respect, if they go low, we don't go high.
When they go low, we kick them.
We take them to the mud and choke them out.
And make sure that they stay down. And you know what? Kick them when they're down, because they deserve it.
Get up in the face of some Congress people.
We are going to be in your face. We are going to be on your...
We have to fight this in the streets.
We're going to fight it in the streets. It's time to step out of your comfort zone and step out into the streets.
To our Republican colleagues, if you do not see the light, we will bring the fire. Resist!
You and your little friend off of Twitter. Y'all about to find out.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
He's not going to have a third term. He may not finish this term.
That's the last few days you woke up thinking there might be news. Just saying. Just saying. There will be news sometime. Just so you know, there will be news.
I want to be remembered for courage for my faith. That would be the most important thing. Most important thing is my faith in my life.
But if you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay, too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.